So I'm not really sure how long this rant will be because it's not necessarily a negative topic, so there's not a lot of things I guess I could say that haven't already been said about this one. But recently, at least on TikTok, or in the past few months, on ArtTok in general, there's kind of been a resurgence of animation memes, usually titled as trends, but it's kind of just obviously animation memes, if that makes sense. Things like the nasty dog thing was going around for a while. I think it's still fairly popular with every other ship that's being used for nasty dog. The hula hoop one I've been seeing a lot, Dota, and there's probably a lot more that I just can't think of off of the top of my head. There's that one Digital Circus song too, I think. But in general, there's just been a lot more animation memes that have popped up and are showing up on my feed 10 times more. And one of the really interesting things that I've noticed with this revival of animation memes was, what's it called? The general opinion on tweening. Because I feel like a couple years ago, maybe even I even want to say maybe even a few months ago before I've been seeing a lot of this, people's general opinion on tweening was negative, that it was lazy, that it was not as great a resource as frame by frame animation. And that was a lot more common, I think, for art commentary YouTubers to say years ago, right? I heard a lot from people that tweening was a lazy way of doing animation and that it isn't really animation and whatnot. But with these trends kind of coming back, I've noticed a general shift in opinion on tweening, and that it's a fairly positive response to tweening in general. I've noticed a lot more people wanting to learn how to tween, and a lot of Allight Motion users. I think it's really cool. I personally don't exactly tween using Allight Motion. I tried it once, and that is a whole can of worms that I don't even know how to start on. I just couldn't apply to the format and all that stuff. But I used to do tweening, I guess, when I was doing animation memes, I want to say, on my old YouTube channel, which I've talked about, I think, a little bit before. But tweening in general has gotten a positive opinion generally on tweening as compared to the spaces years ago, right? I don't think it was Solar Sands. I'm thinking of another person who used to criticize animation memes, rate animation memes, whatever, and for whatever reason, he really, really hated tweening animation, and I think that just kind of reflects the times and how they viewed it. But I'm just really happy that tweening nowadays is not as looked down upon as an animation medium, because it's really fun and there's a lot you can do. It's more like puppetry in some cases, especially with parent grafting on Allight Motion, which I'm getting off topic. And though there are a lot of cases where people do, call it what it is, an animation meme, in general, I've noticed that instead of really calling it an animation meme, they'll call it an animation trend, a trend, just that general word, instead of using the word animation meme, which is kind of, I guess, a title rebranding, at least on TikTok. Here on YouTube, I still see a lot of animation memes. They're still called animation memes on here. But for the most part, on TikTok, I just see it called, I'm trying out this animation trend, or I'm doing this trend, my take on the trend, etc., right? I've also noticed a lot of, as expected with my other video on how trends kind of recycle themselves, and after a while there's a nostalgia aspect to it, so it's revitalized, brought back, like, oh, I miss when this was popular, I miss the good old days, all that stuff. I've noticed a lot of videos about older animation memes, that part of YouTube, and how people want to see older animation memes being redone or being brought back to popularity. I think the most recent one I saw somebody talking about was like, I think it was the ticking meme. People were talking about that one. Clarity also was brought up for a little bit. But in general, a lot of older animation memes, I've seen people redoing them, remaking them, sort of bringing them back. And I think it's really fascinating to see how much people's arts journeys have improved and newer takes on classic animation meme stuff. So it's really awesome. I think seeing a positivity and nostalgia trip on animation memes, tweening, all that stuff, it's genuinely really surprising to me. I guess I just kind of am used to seeing in the ArtTok community a lot of like general negative stuff. So to kind of see something that I was definitely ingrained to in terms of internet culture make its rounds again in a newer fashion, and things that were generally disliked before now well loved and given the appreciation it deserves is really nice. I don't know. It's nice to see a community kind of make a comeback, basically. And I think it's especially nice to see animation memes come back in wake of recent things that have sort of happened regarding classic, or a classic YouTube animation memer that was very, very popular back when sans fangirl animators, animation memers were very, very popular, which I don't even know if I really want to get into regarding Scootaloo Love Sans, Birdie, all that stuff. But it's nice to see animation memes come back with a less problematic pretense, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. I love animation memes. They have a personal fondness in my heart, and I love seeing people do them. I have not done an animation meme in a hot minute. I did a remake a while ago, but that did not go as planned. And yeah, I think it's just nice to see animation memes in general. I think they're such a creative way to build a community or to share something with other artists and see their own personal takes on things and their own art styles and their unique animations in general. So yeah, ArtTok, please keep doing animation memes, please keep tweening, keep the love for tweening. Yeah, that's basically all of my thoughts on the whole thing. And as a short message, I guess, because I don't really know if I'm going to make a community post on this, thank you for well over 100 subscribers now, and this channel's only been up for a little over a month, and generally the responses have been really, really positive, and it's really nice. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!